Yeah, so hey guys, my name is Tyler. I go by Wealthy Vibes Ty, and my company is just essentially a white glove, personalized, customized service for your business to grow you and integrate AI into your business. Um, it's pretty solid.
Diversified game. Learn how to start, run, and sustain your business.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, I'm giving you guys a special treat. So I'm let you inside of my portal, inside of my world, to somebody who I had met just a few months ago. But when I met him, he stood out. He stood out because he was working at the restaurant slash bar while we were networking. And I said, that's a great place to show off your skills. Hi, Tyler, Wealthy Vibes. People in South Florida know him, even though he travels and he's out of the country and gets to live wherever he wants as a nomad. But I'm letting you guys inside because I hope that you look in the description. You'll see his website and say, oh man, I need to go get some services. There is enough money for all of us. And in AI, you need help like this. So Ty, welcome to the show, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
Really smooth, very smooth. How are you doing?
Blessed by the best as always, because we get to talk about, your business and AI. And I want you to let people know because some of the stuff, like you're one of those people, even though we just met, I can say something like, oh, Lovable's designs aren't really sophisticated. And I got to figure it out. And then Ty will say, look what I just built, you know, over 1,200 or 12,000 prompts. Either way, it is beautiful, right? So when did you get into building? And I mean, I assume you probably started at like 10 or 12, but give us the game. Like, let us know.
Nah, for real. I started building in 2018 in terms of social media branding. And for AI, right when ChatGPT came alive, I was one of those users that would get you know, you can't use this software anymore until 3 hours later, like three times a day. So, over time, obviously, our limits are expanded, and every day our limits get expanded practically with life in general, and skills and experiences just get expanded. So, just going with the flow and dabbling into AI for the expansion that I'm looking for. I just went kind of all in on uh, leveraging AI to do, majority bulk work of my social media marketing agency. Uh,
Okay. Which was was Chat GPT your first AI experience?
Probably not. Um, I'm pretty sure this iPhone and this social media, Instagram algorithm and all those stuff, has been my first approach with AI. Um, yeah, I guess building some robotics in school, but not necessarily in the artificial intelligence that I would imagine right now how it operates. No, I so I would have to say in terms of like a large language model, yeah, for sure. The Chat GPT was the first one. Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, but if you were doing robotics and like I say, I see you at a young age just being curious because the way your mind works and how you're building and all you do is want to work, right? Yeah, that's what you want to do. You're focused on work. So when you guys hire him, he's dedicated to getting you to the end of the project. But where do you see um most companies, what are they, what's their error right now? Because you know how to make things go faster, where are people not seeing like the cut? Like we can really get there faster now with AI, but there's some people who are like, oh, I don't know about that. And it's like, well, let me show you. And they still don't know about it. So I can build a whole universe on what you don't know. Well, where do you see like the top errors when you're talking to potential clients or even, clients that you're working with?
Well, if they're on the phone with me, more than likely they already know they need help. So they just are uh, pretty much open to whatever I say, and the kind of character I have, it's pretty much kind of like do what I say, but it's customized for you, So my job is literally to make your life easier in terms of things you have to do every day. So if you don't have to think about, your website or emails or text messages or following up with your customer, or creating content, or, doing discovery calls or sales calls, or, you just go out to vacation. You don't want to answer the phone, but you just don't want to slow down the growth of your business and the way it's operating. And at the same time, you want to do it in a cost effective and speed way. I don't like the word efficient, but it is a good word, efficient. But in a maximize of max potential of growth for your entire life.
You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt. Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. Millionaire X AI gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit Millionaire X AI today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
People don't really care about the customer. They care more about the money that they're going to get from the customer than the customer. And then that just never just transfers over to money or whatever you're looking for, because it has really nothing to do about us and everything to do about the other person all the time. So I think that's another big error. And then, in terms of errors with people thinking about AI, I guess thinking about it in a way of, everyone uses it for copy, but no one uses it for, I guess, really anything else, right? So just limiting yourself or not, either people are going to like learn, go out there and learn for themselves through YouTube or courses or whatever. But I guess once you learn, you still have to kind of immediately implement it. So another error people have are they'll go and buy, a AI software or this software, this, that, and they don't use it to the maximal ability or really anything at all. So they're just stuck with the subscription, and they say, oh, AI sucks. It doesn't really do what it's supposed to do. Da, da, da. But in reality, you just aren't that skillful with this software yet, or just really how to make it work for you. And that was the first business model with, was literally like, I guess not business model, but marketing campaign was, we use these softwares to the maximum ability for your business. Straight up. So like whatever softwares you have, like that's what it is. But see, that offer is super general and it doesn't really stick to your ideal customer or really to anyone, because they may say like, oh, okay, they don't see the vision of what exactly that means to them. So, it has to grow.
Hello everyone, join us on an exciting journey with Explore the World Cameroon. London has seen we take you explore Cameroon, the heart of Africa. Experience vibrant culture, nature and tradition from their open market to adventurous adventure. Every day is a new discovery. Join Cameroonian food, music and wildlife with our explorers. It's a true celebration of Cameroon spirit. Get your copy now. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and through your library and bookstore. They're in Grand Park. Don't miss this adventure.
You have to like figure out a way to you know, story tell, or, you know, let them see the vision of what you're building for the person. Uh, and, you know, another error is messaging, you know, uh, are you selling the shovel, or are you selling the hole? You know what I mean? Are you and that means that's just like a concept. But like, if are you washing cars, or, you know, are you whatever the opposite of or are you making them super clean? I don't know. Are you washing cars? Are you making them uh super inside out, whatever, no scratches? How about, are you just washing car? You washing car with no screw, and you leaving no scratches? You know, like a person would you know, a different person would buy a car wash without scratching my car versus a car wash that is it's going to scratch my car. Um, Ideally, it's two different people who, you know, and you have to really use the right messaging for the person who's looking for what you are offering practically. So that's another error. I guess over time now, you know, of business growth and like mindset, trying to change offers and be actually have fun with the market. Uh, Ultimately, it's been so many offers created, and I'm pretty sure I had a lot of winners, but then we need a lot of traffic too. So if you're not actually reaching people, uh, you know, through organic or paid content reach, then, you know, no matter how good your offer is, it won't convert because you just haven't reached that many people. So now we have another problem that we can solve. So for people who have that exact problem, which is majority of everyone, and positioning that as a service, solving that problem. Um, I guess, and then you go to strategy, like, all right, how about we just don't even do any of that? Let's just talk strategy with people. And then if they wanna you know, execute it, they can take the plan and go to someone else. But then we're leaving money on the table of the actual execution, and that's where, you know, real things happen. Is the execution, the work of things. So when you said earlier, for, uh, I'm a person that just works all day. You have an idea and you're like, oh, I just build people and speak on stage or do a video. Like, things are already kind of laid in place before the floodgates open, and people could just come through and have a great experience, customer experience. And that's different for every business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're consulting versus if you're running a restaurant, the customer service is extremely different. They want, you know, hot food, or, you know, fresh food and this and that. That the customer for consulting may need, you know, f- 4, 5 calls a day for accountability to make sure that they're on their goals and staying afloat. Or someone may need 5 text messages a day, or just one person may need 1 text message a day. And just like your platform, you know, you got the coaches, you got the uh financial planner, you got, you know, over 10 different character coaches that's going to help your life, that's programmed to literally help you. And a lot of times we get in our own way of not, you know, reaching out to these characters and going to talk to these people because we're still stuck in the way of our normal way of life. And ultimately, another error is thinking that you're going to get something different with the same actions that you take every day. So we have to change and our day to day. So doing a 1 hour call with you know, Millionaire X their, you know, consultant coach will be a lot. It's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? Set that up. and go out there and talk. But now, you know, you can have the voice AI call them up. You can have it just call you and you can talk instead of having to text. You can do both. So why not have best of both worlds with the people you need to talk to make sure your goals are accomplished financially, spiritually, all that, and just go download Millionaire X and set yourself up for success um, with something that's always calling and keeping you on point. And it doesn't you don't have to rely on a human or pay for a human or deal with humans telling other humans about your situation and what you got going on. Like this thing is specifically made for you, customized for you, and it'll help you out. Um, Keeping your secret safe with you. And so yeah, I think the consistency of customer service, uh being the best, and that's what we are diving into with conversational AI, because people need to feel more personal with AI, and it really is helping them out in their situation. So the errors, I hope I listed off a good one. I answered the question good, but I'm literally just going off, uh trying to give you as much good gems as possible. I don't know if these are even gems.
Hey, if you're the guy you giving your story, people might be surprised that you're self-taught, which you're self-taught in this certification wise. Do you find that any certifications help you, or what helps you learn more about AI?
Um, I guess books, and I did beginning of the year. I took a course with IBM. I did a few hours, way more than a few hours with IBM, their Watson X, and I was just trying to uh put some what do they call it? Respect on my name.
What? Give us some books. Give us some name of the book. Because people needed to be more reading. Somebody said books. Why do I need a book? I got AI. Can't it just summarize it for me? Can't Perplexity or Claude or my Pro Plan do that?
Yeah, so for instance, I'm in books, bro. So I'll go to a book and I'll read books um that I need right now to help me out. And a cool thing that I do, I'm all about marketing and like digital products and stuff. So I'm into sales and trying to persuade people to believe in themselves. Um Practically, that's really what I've been doing this whole time, is persuading people to believe in themselves and that they can accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. Now, the books for having the mindset, like what I just said, could be all personal development, from Napoleon Hill's books to, you know, and there's a book on with sports, that do mindset. You got 48 laws of power, that, they take those little concepts in that book and then spin it off into all these different type of personal development books that you can pick up. Um, Even 50 Cent has one like that. But it's like, you know, um, those books, I just read. I don't put those into AI. But the books that I do put into AI after while I'm reading is I read a lot of marketing books and sales copy books, um, copywriting books and stuff like that, sales letters, headlines and things like that. So I'll just screenshot, uh, like I have Evergreen. What was it, Evergreen? It was Scrib before, now it's Everland or something like that. This app, and I go on my phone and I just screenshot 10 images at a time and I put them into my AI to use that text to create copy for my offer or my customer's offer or something, or add a video script, a YouTube video, or LinkedIn post. It's a bunch of books out there that like have accumulated like wealth of knowledge that we can just specifically tap in on this information and then tell the AI to operate from this information. It's more specific, more special, more personalized to what we're trying to accomplish practically. And um yeah, so I use Evergrande. I think that's what it's Everland. It used to be Scribd. Now it's Everand, this one. And I just screenshot right now. I'm reading the Wealthy Health Copywriter. So I just screenshot like I'm reading it. I'm like, oh yeah, this yep. Chat GPT.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, when you're reading these books versus when you were in college, because there's a real conversation with AGI. If we're not already there, we're on the verge, because some people say we're there, some we're not. But by the time we get to ASI, which they say could be before 2030, what is college? And are you learning more reading on your own, or did school get you prepared for entrepreneurship?
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At cprfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Callan Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at cprfirm.com.
Me personally, like I went to college. Well, first of all, when I was in high school, I got a 15, 16 on my ACT 5 times. I took the ACT 5 times. I got a 16 5 times in a row. Um, and my GPA was like 2.6, something crazy, like super crazy. Never two something, 2.6 something. So I wasn't eligible to play football my first year at college, man. I wasn't even eligible. I couldn't be on the team, bro. So I I had to figure it out my first year, but I had a 3.9 my first year. Sweet. And then a second year I walked on to the football team. So obviously I got the skill. So yeah, I just walked on. They put me on the squad. And then that's when the real college starts. You know what I mean? Like college meaning like your time is pretty much taken all day long, from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. You pretty much are your time is taken away. So I think in terms of being up and having that go getter drive mindset to execute the plans of the day, go to class, go to this, go to that, do this, and then that, and then come home, uh, is enough to tire someone out. But as you know, a person who wants more for their life has to do more than the regular. So when I went home, I would go and watch YouTube videos on drop shipping, pretty much Shopify stores. Everyone else have the same story in this industry. And then you just start selling stuff. So I started selling stuff online and people started coming up to me in college like, with my stuff on and stuff. It was cool, like random products I had on my store. And I would market it through Snapchat. I was doing Snap. A lot of people was following me on Snap in my college time. So whatever. That's how I got into it. I dropped out of college, and then I did this MLM network marketing joint. I thought I was gonna become rich and stuff. You know how they sell it. And
Gotta say, they got to do that.
so yeah, like did that, did some wild stuff, and then I moved. Pretty much, I just moved to Florida. I was working like 5 jobs one summer, pretty much all day, and I bought this lead generation course, and then I moved to Florida. I took that course. I moved to Florida and just trying to make it happen practically. Um, and I used to do like social media marketing for food, like for restaurants, because I didn't really have much money at all. I mean, I'm just trying to hustle it out. Long story short, that's how it happened. And I just never look back, but I do it every day. I gotta learn and stuff every single day. Like, there's not a day where I'm not trying to like learn it.
And a little, now you're living in Colombia though. And so a lot of people, you're living in dream. You're in paradise.
Yeah, ideally, that was the goal. Like the whole time I wanted to be able to work from wherever. Like I wanted to work and like not work from ever, but like travel and still be able to make money from my computer and phone. That was ideally the only thing that really mattered to me this whole entire time. Um so yeah, I made it happen. Like I made a lot of things happen that I was writing in my books during college. Like I made a lot of things happen, to be honest. Everything I really wanted to happen did not happen, of course, but that I wrote down, but a lot of it did for sure. Um so the power of manifestation, and having faith and praying and having a good head on your shoulders and not getting distracted, not partying much, sacrificing time, lust practically. And that's what it has to take sometimes. And sometimes, it's really easy for people to do things uh and really grow on this online marketing, digital marketing space. So
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? You write the vision down, you make it plain. No, not whether you believe scripture or if you just believe business plan, but scripture is older, so the chicken before the egg type deal. You wrote it down, you put it in. Do you feel valued by the masses, especially with this AI and people's ignorance of it? You feel that when they come, they understand what you're doing for them would have costed them tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to do just a few years ago.
no, I don't think the people that I'm talking to really understand that yet, to be honest. I did have this one customer that I did this crazy automation for. Obviously everything's customized, personalized for the person, because that's where AI really thrives, is when it knows everything that it needs to know to push you further along, like personally, not just generally, because they could take information from anywhere on the internet that is learned on and then just make it your stuff. And what was that? There is a company, I think it's CNBC or somebody, call me, but they did some articles with AI and they got backlash that they were pretty much regurgitating other people's content on these articles. And then they came out with a statement that said that AI lies to you about what you want. AI tells you lies about what you want. That's what it says, or something like that. AI tells you lies about what you want, something like that. And I mean, in so many words, I mean that statement is true, kind of. The statement is true because it'll make you believe that what you saying is right if you ask the question in a biased way, like, is this case, good for this phone? Or you can be like, compared to this case, is this the best case for the phone or something like that? Like, it's just gonna give you a different answer. You gotta like real know what you want for it to be real personalized and right for you, practically exactly right for you as close as possible. And then even after that, you're gonna have to put in your own thoughts and processes. In terms of speed and execution, for sure, you can just take the content, put it there, do that, move it along, and you can really actually make some strides fast with just straight AI thinking. Like, you just have AI do the whole thing. You just copy and paste and prompts around practically. And yeah, that works. And ideally, I'm trying to think back on what you guys said for the masses, the people understand about the value that you're bringing along. Yet, no, not for the people that I'm thinking, but this automation I did was it pretty much took marketing material that they bought, pretty much customers from whoever their marketing provider is, their customer. And it was how they get it. The information is through PDFs, and it's a Dropbox folder. It's a Dropbox folder of a Dropbox folder of PDFs. And then in those PDFs, you got the information. And what was happening was they had to manually open up every PDF, take the information, verify it, put it into this program. I think it was a CSV file, and then they would have to take that CSV file, give it to somebody else, and then that person would then put that information into the software where they would purchase this equipment, because it's medical equipment. And then from there, they needed to put that information into another CSV for like the sales order to send out to someone else or something like that. So it was this whole process, and it's super manual. But what we did was we automated everything. So from the moment a PDF folder dropped into Dropbox, they went through this whole process of reading all the documents and putting the information where it needed to be put through the CSVs and the program. So now that at 6 offices now just made you 6 times 40 or 6 times $50,000 for a person who had to do that. And if it's double, which was our case, 2 people, then now it's 100,000 per office, per location. So that automation, that's $600,000, $700,000 that you save in the company practically. Wait, maybe even more accuracy. Actually, yeah, 100% accuracy. then you how much do you charge the company for that? Because that's $700,000 every single year that you're saving. What do you charge for that? You charge 100,000. You say, okay, yeah, this is 100 grand at one time, and you can have it for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Or 100K a month, 100K a year. You're like, we don't know. You pretty much sell it how good you are as a salesman at that point, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you said something how AI, I tell people AI might manipulate you, so be careful, and that's why you still need humans. But people might manipulate you. And I remember doing investigations. I've done investigations a couple of times in my life in different areas. And if I ask you as a child, hey, does your father touch you when you're in the bathroom? Versus does your father help you take a bath, which he has to, and help you. It's a two different reactions you're gonna get, two different things. So these leading questions and this is the one thing that I can't stand about some CPS investigators is they know how to manipulate that and how they word it and what they say. Now we have audio and recording, which is necesito. But when you go into regular investigations where you don't have to have any of that, I'm not talking about police, like private eye stuff. It's a lot different because I can get the answer that I want depending on how I ask it. The pimps will tell you the same thing when they're dealing with their workers as well. I can get the answer out of her depending on the methods I use. So it just depends. But AI, you can also train it with its personality and tell you, be harsh with it, be straight up with it. And that's the beauty that I don't think a lot of people even go in. I know a lot of people don't go in to personalize it because I talk to people and they're like, wow, that's amazing. And I'm like, it's not amazing. I mean, it's amazing, but that has little to do with me, except I'm nosy and I want to know how this stuff works. And you're one of those people where it's like, I think you like to get into things, make them. I like to break them, but you like to build it and see the flow. Where do you see the future going now that you can do automated calls? You can automate their emails. Where do you see the future going, and what are you trying to learn next?
Yeah, so ideally, I think conversational AI is probably ideally what I should be getting into, conversational AI, and that has to do with uh talking with AI. You know what I mean? So like you're just saying, oh, personality, you can do that. Like, yeah, of course. Like I feel like that is a big thing for people and for customers. So when you say personality and you got customers, you know, this customer may be like this voice, that customer may like that voice. And my question is, how do we personalize AI to every customer? How do we personalize uh the a customer's profile data for this AI to know everything that it needs to know that the person gave us all the time. So if the person calls and says, "Hey," it's gonna be like, "Hey Tyler, what's going on? How you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, "Hey, what's up?" Like it's not personalized. So really personalizing these AI things. Like, oh, I know it's happy birthday. Like, happy birthday. How's it going? Like, I'm just calling you on your birthday, just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Or um, you know,
Are not, Tyler, because not everybody gives a birthday call.
or not, right? You know what I'm saying? So really figuring out how and what business model that I can integrate this type of thing into that's would be profitable for me and profitable for them. Practically, that's ideally, the only thing I'm thinking about is how I can be super profitable for a company like almost immediately, like damn near the same day. I cannot make them more money today when they sign up with me, you know what I'm saying, to move them forward. Uh so I'm always thinking of that, and it's obviously different ways to think um and different thought processes for things like Disney or something, right? Let's talk about Disney, bro. Like you got Disney that's like a long big like a really big company that's been here for years. Maybe not longer than other companies have been, but Disney is like a I don't know, it's very in a safe place, so to say. Safe. And then they're big too, so like I don't know, I think they own ESPN or something like that, like crazy work, right? How do you go to that company like right Disney and you know implement AI, a personalized conversational. Am I the person for that to implement that into Disney? Who knows, bro? Who knows, bro? How do I even position myself to do that? How do I even send the email? How or when I how do I get in the room and do something like that? How do I even be able to impact this many lives for me to even, you know, me personally have like 600 M's or something crazy like that or, under management or something, family offices or, you know, customized conversational AI. Um, that I think that's it, man. You know, I think that's gonna be the key because look, I may have 17, AI bots that work for me. So what that mean? I got one that order me coconut water. I got one that talk to me when I'm feeling sad. I got one that, inspires me to think different. And this is just all for me. But not only for that, like I can share the information for other people for them to be able to set up these people, these AI bots to help them live a better fulfilled life in terms of conversation and ideas, right? Practically that's really all we have is talking, which is a technology in itself. So um our language is a technology, whatever. um the the way for me to give the information or just set up the software for people to do that, but it's already kind of made in a way, but it could be better. Like it can be other things. I'm not sure. It's so many ideas to go about execution. And I think you have a great, I think you're ahead of really, 99% companies. The thing you've created with Millionaire X is really amazing. So, you know, I think that's a good start for conversational AI to just kind of really kind of stamp that stamp like you're the king of conversational AI. Let me tell you why. Because there's nobody out there. I don't know one company. I haven't heard of one company that can have uh an AI accountability, or how about let's just say an AI financial planner. An AI financial planner call you for your needs 2 times a day and make sure you don't, or once a week or whatever. And this thing now is your friend. It knows everything about you and what you share, and it only shares with you, no one else. This information isn't getting trained or anybody. This is your personal customized bot for your financial planning. And not only do you have that, you have tons of other bots immediately you can have access to leveraging for your life. To design your millionaire life with AI. So it's like, you know, for, um, hold up.
Love the brush.
Yeah, so I think you understand what I'm saying. Conversational AI, right? So implementing that technology, right, into okay, here's a concept, right? Here's the concept my customers love, absolutely love my product. They schedule their calls, they feel comfortable, they feel personalized, they're having growth in their life. what if you can do this for your customers? You need to do this for your customers. They need to feel more personalized with your business because they spend money with you every single day, every single year. So the more you know about your customer, the better you can serve them. So this is an amazing way for you to capture that information and use it to help your customers even more that you've ever thought in your life. Millionaire X AI has the ability to do that for you personally and for your business in terms of our product. Uh, I don't know. This makes sense, but I'm just talking, bro.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Because some people say, "Well, I didn't hear it," and thank you for that. And maybe some more folks will go check out Millionaire X. Because my whole goal is right now we're in a reset where we can make as much money as we want in theory, but you have to go try to learn. You have to go try to, you and I, we don't just spend time; we spend money on trying these things out. And you can tell them about your token and some of the ventures, that you had to do to even get here because not everything works. And we could go all day about the things we've tried that hasn't worked, or this is even better yet. You're connecting, one portal to another portal, and then that portal says, oh no, we no longer accept, API keys from them. I saw it working with and for Synology when Plex a couple of times in my short run there. They're like, hey, we don't want to work with Synology software anymore. So it costs money to get here. And one thing I really love about your process is you're willing to work with people, and you're not trying to hit them over the head. Unlike some people we see online who everything starts at 50,000, 25,000. And those people, to me, a lot of them are grifters. Because if you're just going to go to India or Nigeria to get the work done, you didn't have to hit people over the head like that. Like, eat for a lifetime when you treat people right. That's how you really get this thing going. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Rounders with Matt Damon and others, but it's like, I'm Hesh. I'm trying to teach people how to eat for a lifetime, not just one little hit. One big payment does very little in your life, but to have continual money and know the money that's coming in and you can do the work is everything. What is a community give back that you're doing or one that you'd like to do in the future? And if there's a way the community here can help you, please let us know.
Yeah, I'm into the question. The community to help me out. Um, bro. Well, I'm doing this talk on the 15th of September for free to show about the execution that I did with World Famous website with Lovable practically. And
Which is a great site. You just can't say that and not say, go check out eatwf.com, y'all. That was the site that had me shut up and say, uh-oh, okay. We just coming back for a facelift with Ty. That's all.
yeah, so that eatwf.com to how I created that with Lovable practically. I did create my own Lovable. It's not really that hard actually. And it's big, right? Still, I feel like a lot of people just don't know about it practically or don't really use it, Um ideally the what what we need is, I guess, engagement online. We need you to show up and start executing things that we're telling you to do. Start using Millionaire X. How about that? Like that's something that I need you to do. I need you to use Millionaire X. Like, I want you to do that. I really want you to go sign up right now, truly. And use the tools that we have for you, you know, and support it. Because think about this, you know, how many conversations do you have that's really growing your life throughout the day? How many times are you scrolling? How many times are you, in between, not, unloading screens, this, that, and the third, watching TV? While you're doing all that, you can also sit there and talk to Millionaire X to keep you on track with your goals. Imagine you having, you know, someone calling, texting you every single day, getting you to the gym if that's what you want, you know, or you wanna save $1 million in this year. Millionaire X will help you do that, through communication. And I think that you need to go and talk with Millionaire X right now, every day. That's my goal. That's what I want you to do.
Nah, I appreciate it, and I want to let the audience know, and you guys can let me know in how you share this. Like when something new comes out, whether it's for Ty's channel or if we go over here or whatever portal or the medium we're using, I could see us and others talking about it because there's very few of us talking about AI at a level we're actually building something, or we're reading the white papers, or we are, ready to go to MIT and sit in a class and just listen, even if we audit the class. So that's something, if you guys want it said in a certain tonality, I can't Charleston White it, and curse everybody out at Tougaloo. I can't Charleston White and be like, hey, man, if your mama wasn't on, I can't do that. That's just not where I want to be in my headspace. I want to be zen. I want to be peaceful. I want to have joy. The joy of the Lord is what I'm trying to have. But if you guys want to get like real game, because I got a heart of a teacher, and I've taught before in life, and I love that type of work. So I don't want to give them too much time because I also want them to go check out everything you have. If you got sites on top of sites on top of sites, shout out where they can find you on one of your sites. Then they can just go through the whole funnel and flow.
This is what you do. You go and you message me directly. I'm extremely standoffish. I will admit. I may not answer. I may not like you. Okay. It's just how it is. Um, and it takes me some time to warm up to people. Straight up. I'm super kind of transactional when it comes to my life at this moment. So I'm not really that relationship driven at the moment. But I am always into helping kind of right now type person. So if you wanted to actually reach out to me and talk to me, you can just go to LinkedIn. If you don't have LinkedIn, then you can try Instagram. And if you don't have Instagram, then you can use my phone number. And that'll be in the description. And first, go to Millionaire X though. Sign up there. And I think you can hit up Kellen uh to reach me. You don't have to reach out to me directly. You can hit up Kellen as well and talk to him, and then he can kind of talk to me just to make.
Hey, you guys have gotten the game, and God has brought the rain. You gotta love South Florida in whatever time we're in. I know most of you listen on Podbean, Apple, Spotify, but go over to YouTube, put a voice with a face, and make sure that you like the game. You comment on the game, but most importantly, share the game with somebody. It will change their life. Y'all be blessed.
Are you tired of the violence, tired of the injustice? police brutality, rampant discrimination, lack of gun control in this failed biosocioeconomic experiment called America. Or maybe you need a break from the relentless grind and want to regain control of your destiny, your wealth, your health, and your purpose. DiversifiedGame.com has the right course for you. Prepare for my first trip to Africa. Looking to reconnect with your roots, start a new business, or just a fresh start. Africa, aka the motherland, is waiting. Don't let the Chinese and the Mzungus have the fun and also take over the motherland. From Cairo to Mombasa, from Dakar to Cape Town, Africa has something for everyone, from business opportunities to the most amazing people, safety, leisure, and landscapes. The opportunities abound. It is time for the diaspora to reconnect with their roots. Time to reconnect with the birthplace of humanity. Africa is the last frontier. Get your head in the game and reclaim your legacy. The writing is on the wall. Babylon is falling. Give up the stress, grind, and violence inflicted on our people on this continent and prepare for a journey of restoration enjoyed by connecting with the land of your ancestors. Check out our new course and kick off your adventure at diversifiedgame.com.